Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta clean the camera, and then also I have to tune into my Facebook as well. So, oh yeah, it's gonna take me a second to clean that up. Sorry. Okay, cool. Anyways, let me honestly tune into the Facebook page as well, the live stream. So I tuned in here a little bit earlier, but just a quick intro. Hi, Jenna Karasoa. What I'm talking points today going to be really interesting. Halloween traditions. I don't know if you ever heard of dragon slaying, and a little bit of an explanation about anxiety for people who are completely ignorant to, I guess, anxiety disorders or whatever you want to call it. Um, Also, on Fridays, it's kind of been in past traditions. I haven't done it for a while, but essentially, it's kind of like a little bit uncut, unfiltered. I might drop some inappropriate words sometimes. I try not to, but yeah, I'm gonna say like it's just special time of month, and I'm gonna be a little bit extra tonight. So let me get on Facebook and see if Nikki wants to join me in conversation. If not, it's cool because I always got something to say. I always got something to talk about. So all right, YouTube. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. As you know, I got my phone down here. I'm working on the technology. Okay. God, man, this wig. I need to get a new wig or something. Get my hair out of the way. I got a little clippy right here. Okay, give me a sec as I situate myself. Let me get this thing going live. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Always pray, always pray. All right, good evening. It is Friday. To all the hardworking people out there and all the students, thank God it's Friday. No lie. That is one of my all-time favorite movies, the one with Jeff Goldblum. Thank God it's Friday. Please, if you have not seen that movie, please check it out. To all the young people out there, um, it's really interesting to see what happens. Like what I'm saying, like human traditions, um, the human condition, whatever. It's like it's students who sneak into a disco, and you just never know. It's hilarious. Anyways, I got to put a plug out there. I'm also streaming on my YouTube page. I'm trying to get back on YouTube. So I'll be working on doing some more videos and also working to get on TikTok as well with videos and doing live streams. It's a slow process. I made a lot of accomplishments today. I actually, followed through with, going to the bank and setting up a new account. So things are going. I don't think I told the Facebook stream that I'm not going to say something stupid or drop the F bomb. I apologize if I offend someone. Um, so I've just been thinking about all of my ideas about society and crap, and I'm like, dude, I'm already pushing the the new world order agenda essentially. It's hilarious. I'm just gonna own it, I guess. It was like whatever. Except that's pretty much where we're at because that's how it goes. Audio going. I don't really know how to do the side by side thing at all, but I'll figure it out. She's invited. I really don't think there's anyone else who want to listen. You know what? Who knows? Who knows? I'm just gonna be a little bit spontaneous tonight and just invite some people. And I again, who's ever watching this, whenever you watch this, I hope you're having a good day or evening. I've learned to stop saying "have a good night" or whatever and start saying I hope you do, because I don't want to like force these things on. So if anyone is on YouTube, I don't have any subscribers yet. So this is actually my first time asking anyone to subscribe to my YouTube page. I'm streaming there right now as I am talking here on Facebook Live, and I'm about to take another course on how to do TikTok lives. So I just want to just talk to people and communicate, and I love interacting with people and hearing their opinions and going back and forth. Hey, how's it going? So I'm looking forward to this challenge these that time. So it's like that's my excuse to veg out. I know people are saying you're not a student and you're not working, so what are you so stressed out about? And I'm like, you know what? I have my reasons to want to veg out. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But I wanted to talk about Halloween especially. Um, as a Christian, as a believer, I have heard it been said and told, several times over and over, not to celebrate Halloween. So we're in August. It's a new school year. I've spent my entire life celebrating, participating in Harvest Fest and different events that they do. I especially absolutely love Hobbs Grove. So that is like, and then I've always wanted to have a Stephen King Rose Red party. And that is just one of my biggest things. Like, I love his short miniseries, like, The Stand and Rose Red. If you guys have not seen The Stand and Rose Red, please check it out. I was going to do a review on Snowpiercer. I did not watch it, but I did watch Encino Man today, so I'll probably talk about that. Definitely a great time to watch that movie. A very, very great time. So, but let me just jump straight into the Halloween thing. This is just off the cuff. This is just me remembering things right now off my memory because I don't have any notes on it. I don't have any research. I don't have anything to back up any claims. Okay. So when I'm speaking this to you, I'm not speaking in any authority. I'm not making any laws. It's just point like the information I'm giving you. I'm not an expert. I'm not just a layman. I'm just sitting here trying to tell you this is what I know right now. And I want to know more. Halloween. Should Christians celebrate Halloween? What are the different traditions and faith groups, their understanding of what Halloween is? Or also, you've got All Saints Day, and you also have the history of Reformation Day. So there's a lot of that's going on around this time of year, around October 30th through November 1st, I believe. That 3-day period where people are like really, really hardcore into that season. So my experience with Halloween is we didn't really get much into anything. It was just dress up, go say trick or treat, and then have some Halloween parties. And everyone liked to dress up. Honestly, me growing up, it's funny. I went to a Halloween party for the Girl Scouts. And when I left before, I didn't even know it was a Halloween party. And then 2, I didn't have a costume. As a child, like junior high, I didn't really care about dressing up. I thought about it at the last minute. But my sister suggested that I be like a gangster and I wear all black. So I found some like old faded black jean skirt and some like really gaudy black vest because back in the 90s you wore these vests and some weird, I don't know, and some stupid little black hat. It was ridiculous. And I had like, the big box braids and I was overweight and it was just, I looked like I was supposed to be some kind of gangster. And I looked ridiculous. I knew I did, but I didn't care at the time. I really didn't. I was having fun, and I looked ridiculous, and people laughed at me. Whatever, right? So now I'm several years older. At least it's been at least 15 plus. No, it's been more than 15. It's like 20 years plus since that experience, and I just can't help but laugh because like even in my senior prom picture. I should pull that out and show you guys again. I was wearing all black, and I was into the emo scene, and now I'm in a black phase right now where I'm like, most of the time when I wear color, it gives me like a headache, or I have to like not see a mirror, not see myself in the color. So that's my experience with Halloween and funny stuff over the years. It's not been a really big deal. And then in the early 20s, people wanted to make it more like into like, any costume you can have, make it into something sexy, like a sexy nut or a sexy nurse. And it's just like, okay, yeah, that's what people remember Halloween. Okay. So you're supposed to go like visit your ancestors or something, and they wouldn't be able to recognize you. And that's why. You still wanted to give them something or visit them, respect the dead, but you didn't want them to recognize you. So I don't know where that one stemmed from. And then we have the Latin American tradition of the Dias de Life and the tradition of the sugar skulls and those beautiful golden flowers and the petals. I was a huge supporter and proponent. I mean, I am. I still absolutely love that because personally, everyone knows, most people know me. I like skeletons. I like skulls only because it is, I guess it's like that show Bones, Dr. Brennan, because she likes to, study the dead and or the bone fragments with me, it's like that's like the proof and evidence the person existed, and it literally, the rib cage is what is keeping your organs, a lot of your major organs safe, and so that's really fascinating. I really think that the skeletal system is an amazing thing. So that aspect of the sugar skulls, and then the painting, like the face painting, it's amazing. So I always had mad respect for face painters. Um, so as far as that, I know if you have a picture of a family member up um, on the ofrenda, I don't remember what the word is, the mantelpiece, um, then they can come visit you. But if there's no picture up, um, which actually begs the question, I'm curious, what did they do before they had cameras? And this is where things always get weird for me, because this is not my intention at all to go there. I'm just going to attribute this to the Holy Spirit, because this just gave me a creepy thought. Um, so if they didn't have cameras, I remember my dad told me this, and I didn't really take much credit, take too much stock into it, but he says a person's not really dead until the person's, pretty much forgotten about, the memory of that person isn't there. And I'm like, well, how could that memory do anything? And I'm like, if we didn't have cameras, and this tradition happens to be real, I'm thinking our brains are like the ultimate computer. So it's like, and some people can see, I guess, clear picture images in their brain constantly. I mean, we do see ourselves. We have memories. We can replay things back in our brain. So our brains are pretty much to keep the image in your brain, and that keeps that person alive. I don't know. That's just one way of looking at it. So that's part of their tradition. What else is there? I know there's a lot, of course, the dark occult magic, the Satanist, not the ones who are just um, the other guy we don't talk about, the witches and whatever. So we know a lot of the pagan groups dabble in that. And then what other? I know Reformation. Um, no, there's more to that. Not Reformation. I can't remember. So this is what I'm just saying. This is just going off of memory. There's a lot that goes into this. So the debate I've always been presented with is, as a Christian holiday, we should just do what they call the Harvest Fest, or other type of fun activities, caramel apple ciders and hayride and petting zoos. And I just love the Haunted Mansion, though, man. The Haunted Forest, like it's lit, dude. I don't know what my obsession is with the dead, because of Rose Red. Let me give you, if you have not seen Rose Red, or you don't know anything about it, dude, let me break it down for you, because it's a mini series, and it is it's not just a movie that's like an hour and a half. I think it's like hour. Do you remember those? Do they still make those? Are they making little mini series where like you get an entire yeah, they're still making those, but I'm just like the one that I remember, the Stephen King's one was so suspenseful with The Stand. I remember at my grandma's house staying there for summer vacation, me and my sister and brother, and we were following that series, The Stand, and there's only some survivors, and like they're freaking out and they're trying to congregate and get to safety, and it's really scary. Um, and there's a lot of just there's death everywhere. Like there's scenes where like they're getting because people are running. They're trying to run out of the city really fast, and they're searching for a place of refuge in towns. And they're just band together, and they've got to go through this dark tunnel, and I'm like, yeah, it's creepy. So I don't know if that's like some kind of prophetic movie or not. It just keeps me thinking about what's going on and how fast everything's changed. Anyways, if you haven't seen The Stand, highly recommend that one. I will talk about Encino Man because I watched that one today, so it was fresh in my mind. But more importantly, okay, so Rose Red. It's this woman. She marries this wealthy elite man. He wants to go on some kind of safari for their wedding honeymoon, and then she ends up getting like really sick. Let me see what happens after she gets sick. Oh, she ends up getting someone to help her, like I guess she essentially a servant because she's in Africa and it's a black woman. It's a servant, but she becomes actually more like her sister. So it's this wealthy, rich white woman, and then her new sister, a slave woman that comes with her, and then her husband has this house that's being built, this mansion. And the thing is, though, whenever they keep building this mansion, people keep dying. The thing is, though, is the men keep dying, and then woman that comes in, not any, but the women tend to disappear in this house. Their remains are not found, but the men end up dead. It's weird. But the thing is, though, it has a long history, the house, and the house went dormant pretty much. People stopped hanging around it because, it's creepy stuff are happening. But one of the great, this one woman's obsessed with this house, this mansion, and an ancestor of the original owners, he agrees to take this woman on a tour through the mansion with a special team of people to pretty much capture the paranormal activity that takes place. And it's funny, though, the actress who plays Dr. Brennan in Bones, she is in Rose Red as a very major character role. So if you like Bones and you haven't seen Rose Red, dude, that actress, and then also the new guy too, is Dejanel, right? And her last name is Zoe Dejanel. If you haven't seen the new guy, you should watch the new guy because it's also a lot like the movie Encino Man that I'm going to be talking about. So Zoe Dejanel is in the new guy. You should watch that. Zoe Dejanel is related to the actress in Bones. You should watch that show. And then Bones, the actress, this is a movie, Rose Red, which I'm talking about right now. Okay, so Rose Red. She's in that movie. She's a very special character. These people have special abilities, and then they want to capture the paranormal activity going on in this house. And then there's a girl, Annie. She has, she's a child with special needs, or as I like to say, alternate needs. And she's a huge component to what happens in that house. And again, this is several hours. This isn't just like a 1 hour movie. It's a mini series that they had on TV. So it is a phenomenal movie. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend you guys check it out. I would love to have, a viewing party with that movie. So I don't know why I like talking about creepy stuff, but I guess it's because creepy stuff keeps happening wherever you go. So speaking of creepy, though, I'm going to bring up a creepy topic because that's just who I am, I guess. I don't know who else do you bring this up to, okay? So, it's just one of those things because the world's really weird right now, and it's kind of like every man for himself, it seems like a lot of times. And there's just always this trend. I'm not going to go into any detail, but I remember back in the day, these dudes were talking about, essentially, it's called the expression dragon slaying. So I'm like, that's ridiculous. And then I'm watching TikTok videos, and you've got some 70s. I'm just like, what? How? She's like, and then you've got people, on those different dating shows and reality shows, or no, not even reality, just life. People are like, you got some young 20-year-old dudes dating women in their 70s and 80s, and I think some will even go 90s. And I'm just like, whoa. But the funny thing about that is, I've always brought this up in discussion with society. Okay, so it's I don't know how to say it. I told you, I'm just going to be all over the place. How do I say it without making it sound weird? It's just going to be weird. Okay, so my idea in society would be everyone, the thing in the world, that's completely, what's the word you guys use? Chauvinistic, men are pig. They always want to get with younger chicks. Are never satisfied with what they have. They always want to, upgrade to a newer model or something. And I'm over here well, you know what? Let's actually look at what happens in society just naturally. I'm sorry. Naturally, on average, women are just a little bit more mature than the men. I had some neighbors, and I think at the time the daughter was 9. And honestly, I felt more comfortable with the 9-year-old watching the children than my husband. No lie, time period in their life. His development to watch the children was not sufficient at the time. So that was years ago. But now I'm just thinking, So you got women who are naturally a little bit more mature than men. And you got men who are just, they hit puberty and like things happen, and I'm not going to sit here and make absolutes and then people like, well, that doesn't, I'm not in that category, or that doesn't, speak to me. I'm like, okay, well then, obviously I'm not talking to you then. Okay, so more importantly though, so I was thinking, dude, what if we got over the fact that, oh my God, let's just pretend that you actually thought it was a good idea, and that you're not going to get mad and offended and just listen to me and not get your feelings caught up, because then you won't be able to process what I'm trying to say. So let me just say it. Like let's pretend that you believe me and you agree with me, okay? So a younger woman marries a much older man, okay? So when she gets older that way, he's a lot more mature. He knows how to treat a woman right, blah, 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 blah. Hopefully he's learned and he's grown and he's matured and he's not a jackass. Just pray that he's like, hey, you know what? I'm tired of living that life. I just want a good woman and just settle down. Hopefully he's got out of the system and he's ready. Okay, let's pretend that these people get older, they have children, he helps raise them, and the dude dies, right? He's dead. He's older and he dies. Now that we have an older woman, and she can't have children anymore, right? Let's say she wins. She's like not his mother, but she will be, more motherly than a young 20-year-old girl his own age who just, you guys are pretty much focused on like the same thing, and family, a lot of tradition. I mean, it would be better if you had someone in your same age group, but I'm saying for the extreme cases, that makes more sense. The fringe cases. The average, yes, couple them with the same age group. And then you got some fringe cases where this might be more applicable. So with the fringe cases, I'll call it that. So you would have an older woman with a younger dude, and then they would grow up older and then raise kids or whatever, and then the cycle would repeat. Then you got an older dude after his wife dies, you got an older dude and then marries a younger woman, and then the cycle repeats. So that's just an idea, okay? So it doesn't have to be for every circumstance. Obviously, you would want someone to be closer to your age you can relate with. But then you got some people who are like, you know what? I don't really care, about the age. I just, I think it makes more sense. Why don't you? If there was a young dude who's like, I get this woman and I don't have to worry about her getting pregnant, and I can love her and take care of her, or, whatever, help each other, take care of each other, whatever needs they need. And then she passes away, and then he grows up and he's like, hey, you know what? I'm ready just to settle down again and just be serious. And who knows? That's just an idea. These are just things that I've been talking with people over the years. So that was my little exposition on dragon slaying. If you've never heard the expression dragon slaying. Oh my gosh. Hey, Nikki, did you miss everything I just said? Did you hear any of that? Because I don't want to have to repeat that awkward conversation. Please tell me you heard the thing about dragon slaying. Because I'm not going to restate. You can have to rewatch the replay. Okay. Let me do my movie review on Encino Man. Okay. Yeah, that movie. A repeat. Okay, yeah, you're going to have to watch the repeat. Dude, it would have been great to have you there in real time. I would have loved to hear your... Actually, you know what? Just because I want to hear your reaction, let me just run this by you again really fast. Okay, dude, hear me out, Nikki. So, an older woman, I've seen some really, really attractive women on TikTok, and like their 70s going out strutting it. And I'm like, so an older lady with like a dude in his 20s, right? Dragon slaying, or even in the 80s, I've heard it. So you got some dragon slayers out there. He gets with this woman and stays with her. She teaches him essentially how to be like a good man. Doesn't have to worry about a lady getting pregnant, right? And then she, eventually will pass, and then hopefully he'll have it out of his system, and then he'll be ready to settle down and get serious and get with a younger woman, and then the cycle repeats. So that's just an idea for society. If you're trying to, like, I don't know, not worry about some of the problems we have. That's just an idea. I'm not going to go down. I'm done with that. But Encino Man, sorry, I'm tired, but I also can't stop talking either. So let me just keep running my mouth. So Encino Man is really interesting. It's one of those stories, those success stories where you're just like, you want to be known, you want to be popular, you want people to like recognize you, and you want the hot, pretty girl to like you in school, and you're just trying your hard to compete. He comes across an iceberg somehow that stayed frozen and preserved. Brendan Fraser does a lot of movies like that. Wasn't there another movie called Blast from the Past or something where like his parents put him in some kind of like underground bunker in the 60s, and then he comes out in modern day and he's completely ignorant to what's going on in the world. So anyways, in this one Encino Man, he is a caveman, and he's trying to use this caveman to his advantage to get popular and to get the girl he wants. And the funny thing about it is we always talk about like being yourself. And it's really hard to really be yourself, because I think a lot of people realize when they're really themselves, then they're still shunned. And it's like, what does that actually mean to be yourself? You know, is it not worrying about the consequences of something that you like while still garnering the respect of your peers? How do you have a delicate balance between being a law-abiding citizen or a respectful member of your whatever affiliation? It doesn't matter if it's family, if it's a clan, a clique. You know what's really interesting too? That reminds me. I'm just going to go for a bunny trail. Sorry, I like my bunny trails. I wouldn't overheard. I was talking with her. It was a girl in elementary school, and she asked me, she was saying that these kids wanted to get into drama with her. And I'm like, oh, dude, that's cool. Like, oh, drama class is great. I remember like my teacher, Mrs. P, and doing, entertainment design and sets, Fiddler on the Roof, it was cool. And she's talking about this drama, and then she's like, no, Jenna, I'm talking about they want to like talk crap. These elementary school kids want to talk shit on one another, is what she's trying to tell me. So you guys want to gang up on one another and create drama. That's what she was saying. I totally did not get the memo. I did not even understand what she was saying. I thought she was talking about drama class, like putting on a theatrical performance. She's talking about straight up elementary kids wanting to get into some shit with one another, get into some drama. This is how ignorant I am. I'm like, what the fuck? Kids want to be getting into drama? Like intentionally starting drama, rumors, like intentionally. That type of shit didn't happen until high school in my era. To intentionally want to get up. Because I remember one chick was like, she leaned over the school bus bench and she's all like, I heard you were talking shit about me. If you got something to say, you can come say it to my face. And I'm like, bitch, I don't even know you. And I'm honestly that person where, like, if I did have something to say, I would. But I mean, like, if it was like a serious problem, if I needed to address a concerning issue with you, I would take it to your face. I don't see what the problem is. Most times, I don't know. It's like, that was when I was younger. That was my youth. That was my personality. And then I got caught up in the world. You're watching all those damn reality shows. They're teaching you like piss poor behavior. Then you start mimicking the stuff that you see on TV, like all the hate. We're watching the people do it on TV. They go, like, you're watching your MSNBC and your Fox News, and they're just going back and forth talking mad crap. They're just talking shit, and you're just like going back and forth, and you're just getting angry. Next thing you know, you're talking shit and going back and forth, getting angry. And like we mimic these things that we see on TV. We don't even realize how much they get into our heads. So I'm like, there was a point in time where like I had an integrity. I would stand up for myself. Like if there was a guy trying to come on to me, I'd be like, no, you can go home. You don't need to be following me home from the school bus. If there was an opinion that I had, the whole like what's hot and what's not thing, like I like Dragon Ball Z, and I told the school paper editor my opinion on what I thought. I did not agree with that opinion. And I'm just thinking, like, there's no reason why you just can't have an opinion and then another person be like, okay. And then that's it. I don't agree with you and just shut up. But if you're having a discussion and a debate online and it's writing and it's going back and forth, that's a place I feel that's a platform where you should have a debate. If you're engaged with a person in person, you're having a formal discussion, then that's when you would, all right, debate class is in and we're going to have a discussion. You know, I feel like at once upon a time, that was what Facebook used to be. You know, back in the day when he was in college, it was a platform where people would be able to have a discussion and an open debate, or you would exchange ideas or share your photos. If you're having clubs, you know, I remember back in the day, yeah, like having following threads and not being able to tag a person individually. Hey, Shelby, how's it going? Dude, all right, great timing. Do you remember the first Facebook, how it was just people could just talk back and forth and it wasn't like a constant, what is it? Like, I don't know, you can tag people so fast and then just go back and forth. Like, you know, you have this one post will ask you a general question like, what's the last thing you ate and that's the name of your dog, right? And you've got millions of people commenting. It sounds like you're on a casino floor and all the little popping sounds that it makes when people are leaving comments. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear it. We were supposed to hang out sometime this week. Today I took one of those, I don't know what you'd call it, a personal day, and I went out and got something to eat. I'll share that later. But we were supposed to hang out, and I have not forgotten. It's just my mind. We're not going to get into it. It wasn't like a rapid succession of information like we have now. It took some thought before you had to put out a comment. But yeah, it was just a point in time where it was a platform to have debate and discussion and to exchange ideas. And people really, you know, I don't remember so much contention over politics. I mean, to me, I think, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we got a lot of things to get done. Dude, I have straight epiphanies. I need to run over some ideas. What's on, you guys? It's going to be great. But I don't know. Today we watched all the politics, the news. People are going back and forth in rapid succession, super fast. And it feels as if I was talking with the therapist and he mentioned the rage that can get built up and it just stays bubbled inside of you. And people are lashing out, and people are angry, and people are catty. And I'm like, it's all the stuff that we are watching on the television and we're hearing about it. And we're constantly hearing about drama and we're following all these celebrities and their drama. And then we're creating drama in our own lives. And I'm like, that's really unfair. Because like, I never imagined a day in my life. I was so happy for this girl because she's just all like, she's just like, dude, yeah, like, yeah, these girls want to get into drama with me. David Shelby. And I'm like thinking, she wants to go into theater class. Not realizing this poor child, these girls want to get into some catty shit and get into drama. And I'm like, what the? Need to get into drama. Wow. So back to the movie Encino Man. This is just the human condition where it's like people are fighting. There's rivalries. Shelby's asked, am I busy tomorrow? No, there's always something that can be done. Oh, really? So are you doing something for her? Dude, all right. I'll message you later on and let me know what you need, what you got going on. So that's exciting. I am a sucker for birthday parties. Let me just, again, bunny trail. Because I think it's so cute. Like, it's, okay, scavenger hunts. I have been a huge proponent of scavenger hunts for birthday parties. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, a lot of times you go to parties, and if you don't know anyone there, you're kind of kids. But find someone that has, like, a blue pen. All right, find someone that has an address book in their purse. Or find someone that has Bath and Body Works hand sanitizer. Find someone that plays Grand Theft Auto. You know, take a picture or a selfie. You know, like, and then the person who has their list complete wins a prize. And then have a big scavenger hunt that could last the entire party. The person who finds the most items. Or say, hey, I hid a green dinosaur somewhere in the house. If you find the green dinosaur, you win a prize. Just silly stuff like that. Like, I'm a sucker for parties. So if you need any ideas or if you need help decorating, if you need a party planner, honestly, I never really got into Grand Theft Auto myself playing, but I would always watch someone play. That reminds me, I had an online boyfriend back in the day, and I got him the soundtrack. and I sent it to the mail. He lived in Utah. That was my online boyfriend back in the day. Yeah, let me know. But yeah, we do too much fighting. There's too much drama. There's too much back and forth. And with the movie Encino Man, it discusses that whole thing of the rivalry. And I like that even, and he gets schooled. And it's funny. It's lighthearted. It's not, of course, those little cheesy movies, it kind of glosses over the real life problems. Like, he couldn't get a whole bunch of kids into a bar like that. And then it's free right now on YouTube with ads. And I really love YouTube not only because, but that's just, they made a really cool playlist for me today. Like, I didn't even have to skip any songs. I'm like, at least 20 songs were like, dude, I like this song. Dude, I like this song. It was like the best playlist. So thanks, YouTube, for reading my mind. You know me so well. Oh my goodness. Please, if Nikki is still on here, tell me about your online boyfriend. This is going to be Freaky Friday, uncut, unfiltered. Oh God, I look terrible, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit lit right now. Yeah, so my online boyfriend, I met him on MySpace. And the first message he wrote me was, I have 10 fingers and I have 10 toes. And he was 32, I think. And I was like 17. And yeah. But he was like, he never did anything. It was one of those things. Like, I'm not a proponent of it. This is why, again, this is the age of MySpace. Yeah. I had told a teacher, did he live in a different state, or was he just in a different part of the state? Yeah, this dude lived up in Utah. I had told a mentor at the school about it. And so she was monitoring the situation, I guess you could say. Yeah. Thinking about it now. Yeah, I did tell someone. So it wasn't as if no one knew. And I had some counsel. But the thing is, like, it was never inappropriate. Like, he was never, like, sexual. Like, honestly, it was just, he worked in construction. What else did he do? He liked to skateboard. I remember he liked Dr. Pepper. To this day, I'm still talking about him. Like, I didn't think he was, like, he got caught up in, like, the law, of course. So, that's one of those things where that's kind of where just kind of stopped talking. And then, and also eventually my parents found out, or my dad, and he's just like, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. And I'm like, okay, I'll listen to you. So I took my dad's advice, and I stopped talking to him, and that was it. So I definitely dodged a bullet if that was, a bad situation. Oh, he didn't. Ah, really? Interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting. Not gonna lie. Well, that's the truth. Because eventually, though, when I was in my early 20s, that's when the negative experiences started happening. So thankfully, as a minor, I guess, I had my dad, and, he was like, nope, that's not going to happen. But then in the early 20s, then that's when the more of the problems arose. Definitely a lot more problems we're seeing now today, based on because I don't want, please listen, please listen. Time. It doesn't seem like you're going anywhere right now. I'm in my 30s, okay? I'm going to just tell you flat out. I have a lot of life experience, so this is why I'm telling you, like, please, God, I'm telling you, avoid these mistakes now. If you're in college right now, this is your freshman year, avoid these mistakes now. Don't even waste your time with it until you have that clear commitment. Like, this is exactly what we're going to do. Like, I have the intent. If we are going to be together, we're going to be together, and this is the plan. And these are the people involved, and you better get the family involved immediately from the beginning. You got to be on the same page, because you're not just bringing two people together. We're bringing two different cultures and lifestyles and households, and their opinions and their drama, and their friends' drama, and their friends' drama. Also video chat. Oh, well, that's good. At least it wasn't completely. That's something good. Because a lot of times you get the traumatic story where like, he tried to kill me. Oh my god, he abducted me stories. I don't want to hear those stories. An online boyfriend and he tried to rape and kill me. Please, no, that's scary. Um, I like the innocent ones when we were young, but I guess there was never really the innocent ones. We were the lucky ones, I guess, who were in bad situations. Because, yeah, there's actually a couple talking about the wisdom I have. Actually, you know what? Like, no lie though. Thinking about it, actually, nope. I had some bad parent. Yeah, there you go. What I'm saying, it's uncut, unfiltered. I didn't write any of this crap down. Now that I'm actually thinking more, I'm like, whoa, actually, yeah, there are some bad things that happen. Not happen, but like there, you see the signs now. You realize, thank God I dodged that bullets. Like, no, seriously, thank God, because I'm like, you don't realize. I'm trying to tell you people now, like, no, I'm glad I didn't get circumstances of how he poisoned himself, his age. I'm thinking like I probably could have gotten caught up if I went to go see him again, or if I didn't have a strong family instructor. Like honestly, like like with my dad as an NJ instructor. But I went to go meet some dude. I think I was right when I had turned 18. I drove out to go to meet him, and I'm thinking like if I saw him a second time, that probably would have been it for me. Honestly, parents, listen to your parents, please. And be in touch, be in communication. Don't think they're trying to ruin your life. I promise you, your life is not over. You will have time to go out and have fun. Like, I promise you, like, but there's a time and place. And I never liked hearing that expression because I wanted the fun and to live it and enjoy it. A lot of us do. We want the reward before the work, or we get caught up in things and we don't know how to get out of it. That's another thing too. But don't be afraid to reach out for help. Don't be ashamed, find healing, and there's no hope for you or you're stuck. Like I pray that if you are like, I've already messed up, it's like, no, trust me, you can come back. You can come back. This is the time now. I'm telling you before like things get really bad, dude. If you're in a point in your life like it's too late for me, no, it's not. If you can hear this message, I'm telling you, it's not too late. And like I love that song by Smashing Pumpkins, Despite All My Rage. I'm just a rat in a cage. Thank you so much, Albie. My rage, I am just a rat in a cage. I love that song. I don't know why I love that song because I don't agree with the message. I'm like, I don't know why I would sing that because I am saved and I have no doubt. And I'm telling you out there, if you're like, dude, I'm like, I can't. There's no way. Matter of like you just accepting that you might just maybe you just don't want to. That's it. Not because you can't. You just don't want to. And that's what it all boils down to. So, dude, I've been talking for like 50 minutes according to my YouTube. Yes, if anyone wants to subscribe to my YouTube, please. I'm going to be doing this like more because it always has to be the abortion that gets me. Like the whole thing going on in Texas and the whole thing going up in Afghanistan and people talking about, okay, I'm going to go on for another 10 minutes. I said I was going to be done, but you guys got me going because I'm thinking about people are saying that America conservative Christians are the American Taliban. And because you use that word Taliban in front of it, it's like when you manipulate words in that way in a deceptive way that causes like fear in people, like unnecessary. Like I understand that we all are masters of it, of our communication. Like I understand we all use these tactics, myself included. We use hooks, we bait people, we make absolute blanket statements. I've done it myself. But with this particular instance specifically, we need to look at the evidence. And is this accurate? What's going on in the Taliban right now is people are being slaughtered. To come here and compare the conservative Christian, not political conservative conservative as in trying to preserve life, conservative, to conserve, like not to eat a lot in excess, not to waste things, conservative. Those people who want to preserve life, you're going to sit here and say those people are equivalent to the people who are killing in another country? The word conserve and preserve, if you come across a person who was unconscious, you check for a pulse. That's usually when most women find out that they are pregnant, is in that time frame for women. But this is why we need to preserve life and make a clear distinction of when life begins. This is why the moment of conception, there's a spark of light and there is electrical synapses that goes off in the brain. Our brains you got the ligaments that connect to the bones and the joints, and it makes you move. It's an amazing process that scientists today cannot explain who, why, or when gets the spark of life. You've got that woman, Nadia, who had the 8 children, and I guess they're celebrating their 12th birthday. And, women will get artificially inseminated, and the doctors cannot guarantee which child will get the spark of life. They'll say it flat out, we don't know now. That's why she had those 8 babies. I was with my husband for 8 years. But we're still together. I mean, we're not together. We're separated. But I'm still married to him. Okay? I have learned so much. The number 8 is a very symbolic number. Look it up. I'm not going to explain it right now to you guys. I can't explain to you why a child is conceived and why a child isn't. I mean, if you gave me 1,000,000 hours, I could go into some deep discussions. If you have to make a clear distinction of when this life begins, because the moment that happens, the cells are replicating. These are human cells. It's human life that's being replicated and built up. Okay, and then the electrical things that happen in the brain, it doesn't stop. And it doesn't stop. If you're alive, guess what? The electrical things going on in your brain has not stopped. The minute there's conception, the sperm and the ovum, that electrical connection does not stop. So with the heartbeat bill thing, I mean, dude, you guys better... That's just really frustrating that some people are so calloused. They're just like, it doesn't really matter. It's not your business. It should matter, because when do you draw the line? If your argument is based off of viability, there's a lot of people who aren't viable right now, and we keep them. I'm just going to say, like, you left that baby to himself, but the baby's not going to survive. My argument is, instead of us treating the women like cattle or mistreated cattle, I should say, because a lot of people love cows. I've got some cows over here. I don't own them, but some farmer over there has cows, and I drive by and I see them, and they're really cute. They're so cute. Sorry, I love cows. They're adorable. Anyways, but the ones that are mistreated, treating women like crap, that's not fixing the problems. Oh yeah, I wish we could all hang out right now. We should I don't know how to do like the screen sharing thing, like the 3 of us. I don't know, the audio wouldn't be good because I don't have a microphone, one of those little, but it would be cool to have all 3 of us going back and forth, talk for hours, have so many ideas about so many things, but I would like to listen to other people too. Yeah, I've been asking people for help, like these dudes, and like they just disappear, and I'm like, I thought you were going to help me. Whatever. So I guess I don't have any, I have to pay people or something money to help me with my technology. Like, I guess, whatever. Anyways, we'll figure it out. It's very frustrating right now with women in the pregnancies, like I said. And then you have people who will deliver a baby and then abandon it somewhere, put it in a plastic bag and leave it in the forest. And I'm like, there's mothers right now who would gladly take the child that you don't want. There are mothers who have been praying to conceive, and I don't know why. the Lord has not blessed them physically with a baby. But there are women out there who will take on that responsibility that you don't want to, that you can, that responsibility. There's people out there, there are surrogates, or there are mothers, there are parents out there, women who will pay, who will help cover the expenses. If you don't want to raise the baby, they'll help you. But for some reason, they've glamorized abortion so much to the point where, like, they're angry, they're fighting you because they're trying to tell you not to kill the child. They're trying to tell you there's people out there who will literally pay for everything if you would just give them an opportunity to. That's the thing where I don't get, like, they've gotten it into your head. That's why I'm talking about that language, those words that they use. It penetrates you and it manipulates you. Talking about it's healthcare, abortion's healthcare, and it's a right. That's not true and accurate at all. It's not. Who said this is a right to end the life? The only thing that you want is privacy. You're demanding privacy. That's what the argument is. And to control something that, circumstances that you cannot control. The argument is you are enforcing something on other people and on this child, and you have no right to do that. You're arguing privacy, and you're arguing control. And the thing is, though, killing the baby will just spiral you even further out of control. It'll kill you. Emotionally, you'll be dead inside. And you won't have any control. You relinquish your control further when you imbibe an abortion. Not only are you more susceptible to, like, you want to call it psychological abuse, you want to call it spiritual, like, demonic possession, you want to call it, I don't know, enslaved. What's more disturbing about it? It's inside of you. It's happening internally. And women are susceptible to the emotional needs. I remember watching this, I read something about over the course of mankind, when women have taken over positions of, like, leadership, they have this big heart idea to, like, give everyone, feed the poor, feed everyone. And they don't realize with that comes a lot of problems. Too much enabling, it inhibits, it slows people's incentives. And then one guy had put a meme up there and was talking about essentially, if you want to save the world, like, it's going to sound terrible, but I'm going to say it kind of like it is, like, stay in the kitchen. And I'm like, I remember the days when I would say, there is no way in hell I'm going to be in there cooking for any man and he's going to be out there hanging out with his friends. That's not going to happen. Like, it's either he's going to be in there cooking with me, or he's going to clean the kitchen, or I'm going to be sitting down there. I'm not going to just be cooking for a man and his friends. Right? Okay, Pound. The first thing I ask him, hey, are you hungry? Let me go get some food. Here, hey, just hang out. Why was I so damn happy? Why was I so happy that he was happy that I had made food and that he enjoyed it? Why was that something that was a crowning achievement? And then take it to the next point. It's like, that's what we want to do naturally, is to supply a need and to give and offer help and encouragement and support. Naturally, more so. But then the thing is that when women especially have been taken advantage of, then it's like, nope, the walls come up. If we haven't been taken care of at all, we don't feel we've been taken care of. Why would I want to try to take care of anyone else? I'm doing it, and I understand why you would demand abortion. It makes sense, because you don't have anyone taking care of you. Why would you want to take care? I understand. I totally get it. The thing is, though, we need to stop that vicious cycle, because it's just going to make everything else worse. And not only that, but we're just hitting a point where, oh gosh, our country, it's too polarized. There's just too much anger. We can't even get that message that this is not us trying to condemn you or damn you and say, like, oh, we hate. I mean, that's the problem. There are a lot of people out there who are hateful and evil. A lot of people who claim to be Christian, or they say that they're a Christian, but they have this hatred in their heart. That's why I'm to the point where no one seems to be susceptible. Or everyone is susceptible to how the media operates. We're always talking about the drama. You're good with, oh, well, that's what, yeah. So I'm just not reading your comment. You're good with computers and stuff? Well, this is news to me. I did not know you were good with computers and stuff. We're going to have to get it together and work at our show, I guess. Yes, the drama. We got to stop with that cattiness and this like rivalry. I mean, there's reasons to stand your ground on certain things. I'm not going to say that there's never a reason for violence. Everyone knows I love violence. And oh, it reminds me though, really fast. Let me take a sip. I'm drinking some ginger ale. It's really good. But so I posed this question to this woman today in a professional work setting, and I asked her if there was a daycare that was next to your workspace or to your office building, you know, if you didn't have childcare and there was a daycare center, like, how would you feel about that? Would you feel comfortable? If your employer offered childcare that, you could easily have access to your children, have lunch with them or something, or you would know that they were close and that people at the staff would also know because they're professionals who were trained to watch children. Um, they would also know that the mothers and fathers are right next door. So hopefully they'd be there, give them the best treatment. So I'm just thinking, like, she thought that would be a good too. Like, that could be a whole new work field. So if someone wanted to start, professional daycare business and or get the employers doing that, because like it would really help people. They wouldn't have to feel like that. Or I've seen things with college professors. You got single moms trying to get to class to help themselves, and they don't have childcare, and then they take the baby to class, and then there's like the professor walking around rocking the baby. Like, I love that. Like, I don't. That's why I'm just like, there's things that we need to do so the women don't have to go that route. Or just getting them butchered. Like, I have personal accounts. Like, dude, I was so fucked up, dude. I used to like everyone. People don't know my story. People that know me know. But yeah, I used to self-harm really bad. Like, I would go to work and I'd have like cuts up and down my legs on both sides. They would have like the dried blood from the night before, and this didn't start happening until after the abortions. I had 2 in 1 year, and like, I didn't connect the two why I was so angry. Like, I didn't realize my body was going through a mourning process. Pretty much had the process started, the body was like, oh yeah, we're gonna make some babies. Nope. And then I didn't never process it and everything. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. It's just not a matter of like, oh, get over it, go be better. There's a lot that goes into it. So I gotta, it looks like I have a busy day tomorrow now. I'm excited, looking forward to it. So I'll get off here. I pray that y'all have a good night. Sorry if I upset you too much with some of the unfortunate words that came out of my mouth. It's like, dude, that offensive, then that's the point, because that's the best way I can explain it is through that offensive word. So yes, so thanks be to God. I appreciate your time. I hope you guys learned something from this, if nothing else. If you can't, I'm sorry. That's what I apologize for. I don't apologize for hurting your feelings. I can't control that. So I'll talk to my ladies later on. I hope you guys have a great night. Anyone else, thanks for tuning in. I'll be in touch. Yes, we're going to end.